So, I'm Miranda Sharp, Melbourne Farmers Markets, and we are an organisation in Melbourne, lucky enough to work with a number of you already, and hoping for many more over the years. Our charter is connecting urban communities with Victorian farmers. We go by that there are no wholesalers or big businesses, which of course is open to interpretation because we embrace success, but I suppose we have a definition of what kind of businesses we work with, individuals, and that we're just real food from the people who produce it. So our goals are championing you, the growers. Started with, the previous slide, Collingwood Children's Farm, on the month that I moved to Gippsland and lived happily for 10 years. Very sorry to be back in Melbourne, but that one farmers market a month has led to now 8. A number of them are weekly in central Melbourne, the northern suburbs and the east. They're all very different, have very different character about them. They're very much about the communities at the city end, but absolutely rely on the content and substance that the growers bring, and that's what we stand by as accredited farmers markets. It's about the people. It's about the people standing behind the stalls, able to tell the stories, what's happening in the regions, and to be able to give the best chance to growers to sell their own fresh produce from the land that has a blank canvas, to then work with the seasons and diversity with obviously a whole lot of toil and hard work and determination. But the most important thing is that at the end of it, standing behind your stall and taking the credit for the beautiful produce that you do and the work that you've done, not to mention the full dollar for what you do, we think is the most important thing. And for a city audience, whilst I completely understand the challenges of regional and city communities and feeding us all, to be able to educate and connect with the city audience is a really vital piece of the equation. Our markets are about community, and every time I say community, I can probably you could interchange with collaboration as well, because the markets can't happen without the communities around them, and your communities and my communities and us all in together. It's very much about specific challenges when they happen, such as fire and drought and so on, but again, taking that to a city audience and is the best way we've got to keep the connection going and for people to understand. Similarly, with ethical issues or information that the big end of the food chain may hide in fine print, or marketing exercises, we're able to put it front and centre, explained by the people from whom are the experts, to each and every household, who are so importantly on the receiving end. Again, it's about the people standing behind the stall having a chat with your customer. You can't buy that kind of interaction from a business point of view and your opportunity of the dollar, but also the diversity that it brings, the opportunity to sell into cafes and restaurants, such as this slide of a grower delivering to a cafe and crediting the markets as one of as the conduit to doing it, which makes us very proud. Also for suppliers to be selling to other makers and people who are value adding. There's so much that happens around the markets and beneath the surface of the markets between stall holders. And whether you're bringing some obscure melon or you're selling a household name, it's an incredible platform for introducing things, experimenting with things, but also for the public to, even if it is something like a holy goat cheese that is so celebrated, to be able to still meet the people who are producing it. We work a hell of a lot with social media. It's like us, it's an affordable, direct means that gives us all control, and loads of people have spoken about it this morning as being so valuable. This is our land of opportunity, our clean slate of St Heliers Street in Abbotsford, and we guided by incredible examples like Grow Lightly, want to see a physical presence next to our markets where it's practical for stall holders to drop off as they're arriving or leaving. And one of the mechanisms that we hope to use more so both for that physical thing and in loads of other applications is Open Food Network, where markets become more of as much a collection point and have the certainty of sale, of pre-sale from customers who've ordered. This is our scrappy office looking out lucky enough onto the Collingwood Children's Farm where we are. Some are busy, some are waiting for your call while reading the Weekly Times, I see. But we're a very small organisation, originally kitchen table with me, but thankfully I'm now the dinosaur and there are fantastic young people involved who are regional, grown up in the country themselves, understand the issues, want to see change now that they're living in the city, and just waiting to assist more growers to find a place, if farmers markets suit your business, to come and experiment and hopefully find the success that so many incredible people who we're so thankful for the mentions to have arrived at today. Thank you very much.